Hello and welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. I am Pooja Trivedi, and in this segment today we are going to discuss about Jammu drone attack. This topic is important from the perspective of prelims and also from the perspective of GS mains papers. So let's begin with the first topic. Why is it in the news? A day after an attempt to target a military installation which was foiled by the soldiers, a drone was spotted at 3 different locations, including the Sanjwan military camp in Jammu. And so far, the sources have said that they spotted a drone at Kunjwani, Sanjwan and Kaluchak areas of Jammu around 2:30 am yesterday. So far, they have also said that single drone was spotted in Jammu area in the early hours of Tuesday. Security agencies are, however, investigating that if it was the same single drone moving through the different 3 areas or they were different 3 drones because they have not been radared. Moving on. So, as the instances have arisen of violence again after the all-party meet in Delhi with the Prime Minister, and recently 3 major attacks and killings have taken place in the last few days after the meet. Like a cop along with his wife and daughter were killed in cold blood by Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists after entering their house in the trial area of Pulwama. The Jammu and Kashmir Police SP was identified as Fayaz Ahmed. The meeting has been coordinated to restore democracy in the Jammu and Kashmir. Also, days after drone attack, yesterday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired high-level meet with Rajnath Singh and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, where they discussed futuristic challenges in the defense sector and a discussion on equipping Indian armed forces with modern pieces of equipment was also held during this meeting. So, as we can see according to this article, India may procure Israeli anti-drone systems in wake of Jammu attack. This is according to a report. And right now if we talk about, India is already carrying out drills with Israeli anti-drone Smash 2000 plus. I'm going to write it for you. Smash 2000 plus system which may be procured on an immediate basis. The development comes in the wake of first of its kind drone attack in the country earlier on Sunday, where unmanned aerial vehicles were used to drop bombs at an Indian Air Force station at Jammu Airport, injuring 2 IAF personnel. Since the abrogation of Article 370 in the year 2019, 300 drones have been seen coming from Pakistan. So if we talk about August 13, 2019, police recovered a crash helicopter drone from Mohava village in Amritsar, Punjab. Then from September also of the same year, 8 drone sorties delivered arms into Punjab. On June 20, 2020, BSF shot down a spy drone in the Hiranagar sector of Jammu and Kashmir's Kathua district. And in the same year, in the month of September, Jammu and Kashmir police arrested 3 Kashmir Valley-based Lashkar terrorists from Jammu who had received weapons via drones the previous night. And again, another instance of such manner. So, terrorists are also using technologies to upgrade their attacks, and accordingly the Indian government should also do that. Moving on, if we talk about drones, what are drones? Drone is a layman terminology for unmanned aircraft. There are 3 subsets of unmanned aircraft: remotely piloted aircraft, autonomous aircraft, and model aircraft. Remotely piloted aircraft consists of remote pilot stations, the required command and control links, and other components as specified in the type design. Remotely piloted aircraft have been divided into 5 categories based on their weight: nano, less than or equal to 250 grams, micro, from 250 grams to 2 kg, small, from 2 to 25 kg, medium, from 25 to 150 kg, and large, that is greater than 150 kg. There are certain uses, both negative and positive, of drones, such as military use. This is the most controversial use of drones. As according to this article, Iran's drones can travel over 7,000 kilometers according to state media. Iran has had experiences using drones since the war with Iraq in the 1980s, so early. However, in recent times, Iranian-made drones have been used by Iranian proxies across the entire Middle East. The 2019 Abqaiq Quraysh attack on Saudi Aramco facilities that crippled the country's oil production abilities for days purportedly carried out by the Houthis that the kingdom was at war against in Yemen, reportedly featured Iran-made missiles and drones, Saudi Arabia had claimed that. And for delivery purposes, for emergency rescue as well, outer space and medicine. If we talk about delivery and medicine, look at this article from Business Standard, where it says Google backed Dunzo to pilot drone delivery of medicines in India. If we talk about this entire article, Dunzo Digital is basically a leading med-air consortium, along with industry experts, to conduct experimental below visual line of sight drone delivery flights for the Medicines from the Sky project. The aim is to help improve access to healthcare during the COVID-19 pandemic. Can you tell me in the comment segment of which state this is a project? Moving on, let's talk about drone attack and the related concerns. Over the past 2 years, drones have been deployed regularly by Pakistan-based outfits to smuggle arms, ammunition and drugs into the Indian territory. The problem is that they cannot be detected by any radar system. According to government figures, 167. If we talk about in 2019, it was 167. In 2020, it was 77. And up till now, it has been 300. With the rapid proliferation of drone technology and exponential growth of its global market in recent years, the possibilities of drone attack cannot be ruled out even in the safest cities in the world, as they cannot come under the radar. Drones are becoming security threats, particularly in conflict zones, where non-state actors are active and have easy access to the technology. Moving on, what makes combat drones in the hands of non-state actors most dangerous is the threat of them being used to deliver weapons of mass destruction. Weapons of mass destruction, they have the capacity to inflict death and destruction on such a massive scale and so indiscriminately that its very presence in the hands of a hostile power can be considered a grievous threat. In the military domain, small drones have been proliferating at a rate that has alarmed the battlefield commanders and planners alike. In certain incidents, the small drones were also armed with explosive ordnance to convert them into potentially lethal guided missiles, thus demonstrating the growing sophistication that which these potent warriors have found relevance in combat zones. The reasons for the proliferated use of drone. First is it's cheap. Much cheaper and much safer than getting the use of tanks, getting into the use of satellites and anything else. Second, it is easy to operate and easy to understand because it's remotely controlled. That means it can be controlled from a further area from the place of attack. There are rules for drone regulation in India, such as Unmanned Aircraft System Rules of 2020. It is a set of rules notified by the government that aims to regulate the production, import, trade, ownership, establishment of the drone ports, airports for drones, and operation of UAS. It also seeks to create a framework for drones by businesses. National Counter Rogue Drones Guidelines of 2019, which suggests a number of measures to counter rogue drones depending on the vitality of assets being protected. For places of critical national importance, the rules called for deployment of a model that consists of primary and passive detection, means radar, radio frequency detectors, and electro-optical and infrared cameras. Other initiatives have also been taken, like directed energy weapon. DRDO has developed 2 anti-drone directed energy weapon system with a 10 kilowatt laser to engage aerial targets at 2 kilometers range on a compact tripod mounted one with a 2 kilowatt laser for a 1 kilometer range, but they are yet to be productionized in large numbers. There is also Smash 2000 Plus. The armed forces, we have already talked about this. The armed forces are now importing a limited number of other systems like Israeli Smash 2000 Plus, computerized fire control and electro-optic sight, which can be mounted on guns and rifles to tackle the threat from small hostile drones in both day and night condition. Let's move on to the way forward. See, in the backdrop of the drone attack, the Ministry of Civil Aviation could potentially look at making the existing regulations for unmanned aircraft system more stringent. And current drone rules are sufficient to get information into the system about drones from the manufacturer or importer to end users. However, rogue drones will always be non-compliant. But yes, Tightened regulations are required to create deterrence. That is what we need. So let's move on to the question. Countries' anti-drone capabilities still in the nascent stage. Critically analyze in 250 words. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated and thank you so much for watching.